are listening to the SEBA Lunchbox podcast. Hello and welcome to the SEBA Lunchbox podcast. I am Charlie Althwaite and I'm going to be your host today. With me, I have Eberechi Oswagu, and she is a lecturer at the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture in Nigeria, and also a PhD candidate at Morgan State University in the US. Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure. I can't wait to hear what you've got to share with us today. So just to kick us off, can you tell us a little bit about your situation in terms of your career? What stage are you at and what are your research areas of interest?
Just like you've already said, I'm a lecturer and I got this lecturing job through my PhD program. Yeah, and I'm running 2 PhDs. Although one is about to round up, barely a month to go. Yeah, so the first PhD program is on environmental ecology. I worked on vegetative structure and community participation. I worked mainly on 2 reserves in Abia State, Nigeria. Yeah, I decided to work on those reserves because, along the line when I picked up my PhD program, I got across a bulletin from the State Forestry Department, where the head of the department was clamoring about the reservation of these reserves and pleading, to the government to do something about it, to fund research and afforestation program and capacity building in terms of extension services. So the thing caught to me, I was like, no, let me do something. And when I checked it out, it was true. And I found that there were not even baseline studies on this and data on these reserves. So I decided to go and check them out. So I went for a cognizance survey and I decided to pick 2 reserves. My reasons were because these 2 reserves were misplantation. What I mean by that was that it was divided into 2. Some part were planted, some part were not. So they have primary forest, from its establishment. So I decided to check it out to know what kind of vegetative structure it has, and then what kind of community participation, especially from the host communities, what they are doing, if their impacts, if the activities are impacting on these reserves or not. And I'm glad to tell you, after 4 years of field work and a lot of focal group discussions, structured interview, questionnaire administrations, sample collection, enumeration, and all whatnot, I found out that, these host communities, they don't even know what is going on. They don't even know the reasons for this reserve. Reserves are meant for conservation of this natural capital, and most especially, structured in the way that these products can be collected without exploitation, over-exploiting, without, destroying the reserve. During my field work, something spectacular happened. I was able to move into the parts people were not even assessing. But you can find out that most of these trees are being given permits without even checking. Those that give permits for lumbering don't even come to the reserve to find out if there were still trees there.
Oh, wow.
I found it very hard to even be able to meet up because I had to work against the calendar of the extension service, station worker, because they hardly come to this reserve. But I couldn't go into the reserve without them because I need them, for protection, for guidance, and for enlightening the communities while I'm there, right? So, but they hardly come because it's just one man to one whole reserve. A reserve of about 300 and something acres of land. Somebody, just one person oversees it. Can you beat that? So it was a poor capacity issue. And then I had to involve the host communities. I decided to start creating awareness, the reason why I'm there. And in the course of finding out that a lot of the trees there are no longer there because it has been converted into secondary forest, a lot of shrubby, grassland, farming, and all whatnot. I said to take my time to teach the community the reason why these reserves were made in the first place and what they can do about it, and then told, let them know that there are laws, even though they are not being checkmated. They can actually do this for their own sake. I know they are doing that for the sake of their livelihood to meet up with what they need, but they can do it in a manner that is sustainable. Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. And I think, engaging local communities is so important, especially when they rely on the systems around them as well, and trying to help people understand the ins and outs of reserves and, why we need to protect things is really important. How did you find the kind of perspectives or points of view of the local people in terms of what you're trying to promote with the reserve?
Yeah, surprisingly enough, for one of the reserves, one of the things I noticed there was that they are all even complaining. One of the reasons why they want their land back. In fact, they are clamoring that they want their land back since the government is not doing anything to promote it, right? And this community, one of those reserves, the reserves that I worked with, what the problem was that during the rainy season, the entire community is being cut off from flood.
Right.
So between the time of from June, July, depending on how the climate works for that particular year, they will be cut off till like December.
Oh, wow.
You can't go in, they can't come out because you can't even navigate the water because it's too muddy. They have this clay soil. All right, very, very hard for people to walk through. So, but whatever they have, is more than enough for them because they have abundance. They have palm trees that give rice a lot of, oil. They have fish. The river there, used to bring out fish. When flood comes in, the fish comes out, so they can pick it in their farms. Their soil is so fertile, so they have a lot of agricultural produce. So within that period, they live with what they have. So when I started telling them the reason for this, say a lot of people have come in there, but it's implementation that has been their problem. They are clamoring for the government to give them back their land so that they can use it for agricultural produce, because the law doesn't permit them to just walk in there and do as they please. So you see some of the deforestation or degradation process that is going on, they do it, illegally. So they want the land legally back, which the government hasn't done so as well. Yeah. So, but you're trying to improve what they do. They are willing to learn. They are willing to put in there, but they need that monitoring. Someone to support them, government to support them, monitor them until they get it right. They need to know what to do. It's knowing what to do that's the problem. They just, think out the way they think they can survive and not the sustainability part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when your, livelihood is essentially dependent on the land, you're going to do what you need to do. And if you don't have that kind of conservation background and knowledge, then it's going to be challenging to kind of, keep those things in mind when you're trying to feed your family, I suppose.
Exactly.
So, is one of the challenges of your work, I guess, then trying to navigate between the kind of government organizations and the local people and the reserve kind of staff to try and find something that works across all groups?
Not really. I didn't find those challenging because what the government will do is, go ahead, you're free to go. They don't restrict your movements, right? Because they are not even going there. Right? If you get someone who can take you. So at the end of the day, the extension worker was around. I also use the community, because they are willing. Yeah. When I came, I gave them this friendly atmosphere, and they are so good to work with, Till today, the relationship is still there. They usually call me, send me some agricultural produce, and I was like, I'm gonna do, some updates. In fact, I promise them I'm gonna do that. Maybe when I find time, or maybe in the nearest future, be able to go back to the community and then have this conversation with them, be able to upload what is going on in those communities, and then showcase, the abundance of the biodiversity they have. They have a lot of like medicinal plants, medicinal herbs. Yes, that's most people don't even use. They have it in abundance. They have In fact, one of the communities produce a lot of cocoa, a lot in tons, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so I promised I was going to go back there to be able to showcase what they have, and put it online so that people can actually come in and patronize them. Maybe that can bring them, help to solve their siltation problem and their flooding problem as well.
Yeah, to have a champion for their community and to share the kind of positive things that they could provide in terms of cocoa or other things. That's brilliant. So I guess for people who aren't so aware of what scientific research is or how field work goes about, what was your average day-to-day like? What kind of processes do you have to go through for, I guess, your field work or interacting with the community? What does an average day look like for you?
Charlie, I won't lie to you. It's not really easy, especially coming from this kind of, from the part of the world I come from. If not for passion, you understand, and the quest to know more, because any day I go home. I go home knowing that there's something else I want to find out. I'm going home because, it's already done. I need to go home and all that. In fact, if you leave me, I have a lot. I told you the truth. There's so much that I came back with that they weren't even used for my defense. Yes, because one of the reserves, I found out that they have a lot of streams in it. Some of the streams, they are not even accessible to the host community because of, how vast it is. I found out a lot of, when I asked them, they were like, they know they've heard about it, but they don't access it because now most people depend on borehole water drilling, right? And most of the streams, and even a lake, one of them, I found a small lake, inside, I call it it's a lake, in one of those reserves. So I had to take off this water and analyze them to see and to know what is inside, right? But it wasn't, I didn't use it at the end of the day. So I had a lot of data. I had a lot of things I wanted to do. But at the time, I had to start sending my students, my project final year students, to that place to be able to pick up some medicinal plants and analyze for us to know. But I'm still going to publish them, very soon. So it's not easy because it has to do with resources, right? And when you get to a place you've not been before, knowing that there's a lot of hidden knowledge you want to find out, it was so draining, but so enjoying as well, right? And I learned a lot because going out of my comfort zone to find out that a lot of people are in these places, they don't even know what's going on outside there. They have their own niche, they make their own decisions, some good, some not so good. And the level of awareness that's getting to them. I wish I could do more, but it was actually not easy. But I was able to, navigate around it by taking a step, one step at a time. That's why I said for 4 years field work, it wasn't that easy. So I went actually because I funded myself. I paid my fees, I paid my work, I did everything. So I had to do it at a pace that I can be able to afford it.
Wow, I'm blown away. That's really impressive. So yeah, it sounds like you had to go through, I guess, field work, lab work, trying to analyze this data, interacting with communities. It sounds like you've built up a real set of skills and different kind of, I guess, knowledge bases to kind of accomplish all this work. And at least, you've got lots of data to keep publishing, keep working on. That's always good, but it is frustrating when you can't get it in your final thesis.
Yes.
It's challenging.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you said that it's challenging, I guess, being a scientist where you are in Nigeria. Do you think you could tell us a little bit more about that? What kind of things do you have to deal with?
Yeah, most especially is resources. I bet you it's the lack of funds. And one important thing that is clear and out there is that as a developing country, we are lacking so much data. Because when I go to like UN biodiversity, people having measuring indices, I found out that they are not even getting it right with what is happening in Nigeria. I'm talking about Nigeria itself. I don't know about other African countries, but for Nigeria itself, the indices are so much wrong. I'm sure, it's estimated, but in estimation, you kind of move to like 80 to 90%, right? You have to get closer to what in reality, but it's not, because if you want to do any scientific work, any research work, you go to government establishments, and they will be looking at you like some ghost. You're asking for data to know what has happened there, what was there. In fact, when I was searching for the gazettes that was used to establish these forest reserves, it was very difficult to find out how many acres, to find out the footpaths, to find out the borderline. It was a problem. You want to look for census to know the population of the host communities. It was a problem. You want to go for data collection for like meteorological stations to find out, if there are changes in rainfall and all whatnot. It's a problem. So we actually have baseline data problem in Nigeria. And one, because most of us fund our projects. Because it's a PhD program, I had to do it because I needed the program, the certificates, right? I needed those projects to be able to graduate. So apart from graduating, maybe because I didn't have the money to continue, I would have said, okay, so be it. But I still know that most money, especially ecological funds, are being sent out to countries, especially Nigeria do get, but it's not being channeled where it's supposed to be used. Researchers are not being funded. It's always politicized. People, they have their way. Those that get it knows how to retire the money back without doing what it's supposed to do. Young researchers find it very difficult to thrive because of lack of money, mentoring, one, lack of platform that can help them access resources to do the work. I am an advocate of the youth. If you want to make it right, you need to empower the youth to do the work for you.
Yeah. So I guess the situation with lack of funding, as you say, it's really limiting who can go into higher education, into PhD programs, who's able to take on these different research courses.
Yes, that's correct.
That's really difficult. I mean, I think the kind of career situation over here is challenging just because it's very short contracts and limited funding as well. But to have people funding their own PhDs, that's not often heard of, because these things are crazy expensive, right? And like you say, they go on for a long time.
I'm surprised when I went about this Morgan thing. I just realized that people don't even fund even their MS programs. In Nigeria, everybody funds whatever program you're doing. You fund it. You fund it. And that's why you don't see a lot of people in the science world. That's why when people finally survive, they are looking for greener pasture. They want to recuperate whatever they have put in. They want a better environment to work. You understand? And that's why when you see Nigerians outside Nigeria, you look at them like, wow, these people, they can do better. They can, they can read more and all that. It's because of the environment they found themselves in. You don't have a choice than to put in your best, to do all you can do to survive.
So does that mean a lot of Nigerian scientists tend to move out of Nigeria and try to look for opportunities elsewhere?
Yes, of course. If I don't get it clearly, but because I'm sure Nigerians are the high, if not maybe, apart from, let's say, the Indians, or maybe a little bit of the Asians or something, Nigeria should be one of the largest immigrants. Anything outside Nigeria, they want to go. They want where they can work, especially researchers, especially scientists. Once you gather this knowledge, you're looking for a platform where you can be able to make use of it. Because most people here, at the end of the day, this certificate, be it PhD, be it MSc, if you're not in the academic world, you're not going to use it for anything.
But I guess it must seem, at least when you're teaching, on the teaching side of your work, as students are often having to pay to do these courses, they must be really enthusiastic and really wanting to learn, which is always good.
Yeah, sure. One of the things I would like this year, I started to join LinkedIn. I've not been there Okay. I think I got ready to start. Okay, there was something I wanted to register last year. I think around November. I was asked to create my LinkedIn link. So I said to register there. And when I joined, because of this field work, trying to, get it defended and all that, it's been a busy thing. You wouldn't know time is flying. You wouldn't know some other things that happen out there. You're all focused because you want to achieve this, which is not easy considering, all the things surrounding it, money, time, family, and all that. So when I joined, early this year, I made a decision that I'm going to go out there, because I've always clamored about this climate action. So I made a decision I'm going to go out there to teach people what I know, learn, impact, anything I can do to advocate, to volunteer, to do something about it. Because I have always taught my students, I've tried to make sure that it's not about the classroom. It's not about this we are teaching. It's about how you're going to impact it. And they're all worried. They will all be asking me, how do we impact? How do we do? We are learning it, but where are we? What is the platform for us to impact others? In all this what we are learning here. So most times since I joined Modern, most webinars, I try to give them links to join and learn so that they can be able to, get, other resources on how to go out there. Some started making tree plantings when they go home, they video it and send to me. I was so happy. All right. So there are little ways they go to communities when they go home and do a little bit of awareness. They send me pictures and show me what they are doing about group, focal group discussions and all that. Be able to file what they have learned to their local communities. And I'm happy about it. So it's all about giving people that platform, especially in the country, to be able to know what's trending, what is happening, what's supposed to be, especially in climate adaptation and mitigation. If people around here get to know, I'm sure they will always put it into practice.
Oh, that's really reassuring to hear, because I think it can be really challenging with outreach, because people have ideas in their head and you try to change those ideas, and people can be receptive or they can not very receptive. I know I struggle even trying to get my family to eat less meat, so it is hard, but it's fantastic that you're spreading the word and you're encouraging your students to get involved with their communities and things. I think that is really important. So thinking about, I guess, your students and perhaps advice that you might give to them, thinking about your career path and how hard you've had to work to get to where you are. Is there any advice that you might give to them, to other students, perhaps working in Africa somewhere, who want to kind of progress to your kind of position? What advice would you give to them?
Yeah, one of the most pressing thing I will always say is not to give up. In fact, it's getting better with technology, which most of us are yet to even maximize. I would love them to mingle with others with that confidence that I am a starter. It's not bad to be a beginner. You need to begin somewhere, no matter how little, you understand. I will encourage them to not give up, especially in education. Don't just get it just because you want to. I'll say graduate and then go back to business or go back to something or be stranded of what to do. I will encourage them, most especially my students in environment management, in the psychology department. I've always encouraged them to join youth advocates, programs organized by UN, for them to be able to join other men out there to learn. Because you just need to learn first, and then you can be able to have that confidence and knowledge to impact to others. So I'm going to tell them not give up their dreams. Most of them have beautiful dreams, beautiful desires. They start up well, but the country and the situation always press them down. So I want them to enjoy. One of the things I clamor for is that enjoy yourself while at it, one step at a time. People can have bogus dreams. Narrow it down. Narrow it down. If you're clamoring for high sanitation, if you're clamoring for clean water, if you're clamoring for waste management, start somewhere. Look for groups outside the vicinity, outside the country. Join a smaller group or a bigger group. Go for trainings, like that. Join, volunteer freely, and learn. it will give you that, it will ignite your passion the more for you to now know where it can be used. And I'm also clamoring for people to start looking inwards in developing countries like Nigeria to fish out youths that have this enthusiasm, encourage them, you understand, in any way they can, so that they can be able to, do more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great message, because science can be a very challenging career path, and especially things like conservation and climate change, where we're often having to deal with a lot of bad news and seeing that progress isn't being made where we would really hope that it is. So I think that, yeah, don't give up and enjoy what you do as much as you can is really important message. Yeah, yes. Thank you. So thinking about pathways into science then, have you always been interested in working in science? You said you really wanted to teach. Did you always think you would work in research and lecturing?
Sure. I've always known, just right from when I was a kid. Okay, let me break it down.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, in Nigeria, we start from nursery school, right? From nursery, that's our way of learning here. We do like 3 years nursery, then you go to primary school, about 6 years. You do 6 years in primary, move to secondary school, what they call high school. Then you do secondary 6 years. Then you write WAEC and then move on to the university. That's how it works. So as early as, let's say, 6, 7, 8, like about 8 years old, that's about my primary 3, I started teaching. I grew up in a smaller village, but my parents were teachers. I have teachers surrounding me. My parents, their siblings, we were all teachers.
Wow.
So both of them are late now, and they ended up as principals of secondary schools before they died. Though they retired and they are late now, right? So starting from then, I started teaching. I teach during holidays. I bring around children, those in my class, those below, and even those ahead. We all come around during the holidays. I teach them. I had a board then in the village. So I started teaching in holidays from primary 3, primary 4, secondary school. So during secondary, I went to boarding. And in fact, when I graduated, I was looking for a job. I wasn't looking for any other job. I was actually looking for a teaching job. Yeah, at the time, because job wasn't coming easily, I had to go for in NMPs. NMPs is a National Petroleum Corporation, because I wanted to do something on environment, because I read forestry and environmental management, but then my first degree project was on oil spill, effect of oil spill on vegetation, soil system, and the water, right? That particular oil spill happened and ignited, and there was a fire outbreak, and people lost their lives. So I got the news. Yes, it happened a year before my final year. So when it happened, I told myself I'm going to work on that site. So I went there a year after the fire outbreak, and then I took up the data and I worked on it. So at the time when the job was not coming from teaching part, I couldn't get. I wanted to go to NMPC to work on the environment department. That also never happened. I already had my MSc. I did my MSc immediately after school, after my service. So I did MSc in environmental management. I went back to this oil spill site, because when I talked to my advisor then, he was like, this is what you did in your first grade. I said, yes, but it would be nice for you to go and find out the change. Since it's about 3-4 years, let's know.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so I went back to the site to check occurrence and abundance of plant species, to know if these plant species are able to regenerate by themselves, or invasive species came and took over. And if they did, so that I can be able to bring out data that for restoration. If afforestation wants to be taking place in that place, what kind of indigenous trees that were there before that can be used to restore, or if the invasive species that is taking over, how to get rid of them. So I worked on that on my MSc. So after that, I wanted to teach. I was looking for a teaching job. I wanted to teach in a university, and when it wasn't coming, I thought to myself, I had better go and get a PhD. But, funny enough, when I came looking for the job in my school, I came back from the state I was staying with my 2 kids. The vice chancellor said, you have an MSc certificate? I said, yes. I showed him. He said, no, this is too old. This was in 2015. And that
Oh,
MSc
wow.
was in 2008. Can you see the gap?
They don't get old. You've got it.
So that was too much. So he told me, no. Bere, I cannot give you this job. You can't get this job. Your MSc is too old. So go get a PhD. I said, okay. If it's what I need to get this job, I'm up for it, because what is holding me not to do this PhD was resources. You need to have a job for you to do that, right? So I was going to be the one to fund it, and I was looking for money, and I couldn't get. And as a mother that has two kids, my children also need to go to school and need to feed. So I told him I'm going to pick up a PhD form, which I did. I got admitted into my school. Then after several months, when they ran adverts, I applied, I went for an interview, and I finally got. Looking at, you are a PhD student in that department, looking at my background, my first degree, my grade was beautiful. My MSc, my grade was beautiful as well. And then my PhD too. So I landed the job. That's why I got that job. So it wasn't that easy. You can see the gap. Somebody that graduated in 2004 and got a job in 2015. That was a very long time. Yeah, it's not been easy actually, but
you knew what you wanted to do,
yeah,
and you went for it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So yeah, you mentioned that you have children, you have a family. How do you find balancing family time and work time?
It is not easy, I bet you, but it's fair here in Nigeria. The reason is, we are being paid on monthly basis. Mm-hmm. Or like when in Morgan, people are being paid hourly. Oh, yes, some are being paid monthly, but you put in that time. Okay, so but here is a little bit fair because we are being paid monthly. I know it's a teaching career, and it's one of the careers that you can take up and can be able to take care of your kids. For me, I came home, my husband works in a different state, but because the job is in my former school, I moved to another state. So I stay alone with my two kids there. Yeah. So what I did was this. I looked at the whole scenario. I said, okay, I'm going to get a house close to my kids' school. And that house will be close to where we worship. And it has to be close to where I can get groceries, so that what is left out will be my school, where I work. So when I come home from work, every other thing is close by. You understand what I'm saying? So it was easy for me. I look at those indices even before I got that house. So I had to look at how do I meet up. So I decided that the schools, the kids' school comes first. When I found the school, I started looking for a house close to their school. And then I want to make sure that this school and their house and the house are close where I can get groceries easily, so that, jogging through the whole stuff will be easy. So every day when I get up and go to work, after I've taken care of them, I return from work before I go get them. It has not been easy, especially for somebody who is also giving birth, because along the line, I gave birth to another kid. I have 3 kids, right? So during the time of pregnancy here in Nigeria, nobody gives you leave before you deliver. You must deliver before you get a maternity leave, right? Which is mostly 6 months. That's the highest you can get. But at 6 months, your baby can't go anywhere, except maybe for daycare, all right? And then proceed to nursery school. So yeah, it has not been easy, but just know that you can't do this when you're still in your youthful age. You have the strength, you have, if it's a passion, you can meet up. One of the things I did was that I had to change my lifestyle, especially in my eating habits, especially in the kind of food I ate, because at the time I was having this inflammation here and there. And when I go to work and come back, my legs are swollen, they are itchy, they are painful. I can't, So I started checking it out. And I decided to I found out that I had so much sugar and I'm pre-diabetic. At the time, my mom was also diagnosed with diabetes. So I decided to start, no, if I need to be energetic, if I need to, have good health, if I need to meet up with my kids' demand and all whatnot, I had to start doing something. So I became a healthy lifestyle enthusiast. So I mean,
it's very challenging, isn't it? When you've got so many things to balance, you're putting your kids first, you're putting your work first. You often forget about yourself, and suddenly It takes a bit of a health scare to make us realize we need to look after ourselves as well.
Yeah, sure. It happened to me. So, but what I had to do is that at the end of the day, I started looking at, I started reading, I started checking out things I need to do to know. Because one thing for sure is that you have to stay alive. And if you need to stay alive, you have to stay healthy. If you are not,
Absolutely.
if the mother is not healthy, every other thing will get you. The kids will not meet up, your work will not meet up. There's nothing anybody can do. So I put my health first before every other thing. Then the kids, then the job, then maybe other externalities. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's essential. That sounds great. And that brings us, I guess, really nicely to our section on work-life balance. So we at SIBA like to encourage a good work-life balance and keeping healthy and things like that. So we always like to ask our guests, what do you do for fun? What do you do when you're not working? What are your hobbies? What are your interests outside of work?
Yeah, in this part of the country, I bet you most of our hobbies are not being met, especially for mothers, especially for me. Like, I love nature. I love nature. I love hanging around, right? Nature. I love reading, but the kind of reading I'm talking about is not the one that has to do with my work. I love trying to get other, get knowledge on other issues, on other stuffs, other things happening. But you find out that because there's no time you need to read for what you're going to deliver to your students. So I'm not meeting up in that one. I love playing handball. As a teenager,
Awesome.
I so much. As in fact, as of now, I can, in fact, I have that. I can catch whatever you throw at me, no matter from whatever distance. And imagine, since teenage, I've not played for like years. I don't even have anywhere to go to play this handball. Handball is not something you can play on your own, right? So you
Okay.
see, I still dream to still find that opportunity to play handball. Seriously, it's one of my, and then I love traveling, but because of my kids, that also is being restrained, right? Uh, so sometimes, most of the things I love doing, I keep moving them. Okay, when this happens, when this happens, when this happens. So, but because of work, kids, and because I stay alone with them, the only thing, one of the things I enjoy doing now is to, go get to know things I can do to have a good, healthy lifestyle. Especially, I started telling other people. People come to me like, "Very, what do I do? I'm having this. I'm having this health issue. I'm having that health issue." And I tell you, since my childhood, they used to bring such issues to me, especially when I was with my parents. Okay, but they are here. They are saying they're having headache. They're having this. What do you tell them? I give people suggestions on this to do to be healthy. So now I'm into that too. Like me, I process vegetables into flours. I process this. I process that. I make new food stuffs. People like, are you sure? Garden egg, you turn into flour? I say yes. Cabbage, you turn into flour? I said yes. I get so much help, so much green leaves. I dry them. I grind them, make them into powder, in little combinations, to keep healthy. Seriously. So it's one of the things I find fun doing now. And even other hobbies are being limited. So that's not what I can do. I keep moving them. Maybe when the kids grow, stay on their own, I can actually enjoy others as well.
Definitely, yeah. It's hard to make time for yourself, but it is very important, and it's great. I love that you're keeping up with the handball. Reflexes must be amazing.
Sure.
And helping
Maybe
to
something
encourage
else.
other people as well with their healthy lifestyles. So that's great. So I guess, yeah, we're coming to the end of our time, unfortunately, but I guess just one last question. If you had to kind of put one message out to the world, what would it be at this moment, do you think?
Yeah, because of where we have found ourselves, especially in the degradation of our environment, I keep telling people, if we are supposed to live this life, we have to live it healthy. And if you want to live a healthy life, you also have to think of the next person beside you and the next person coming after you, right? So if you want to live a healthy life, I'm sure you want to live in a healthy environment. And I'm sure you want to make healthy decisions for yourself and for others. So while keeping yourself okay, while making yourself fine, while keeping yourself healthy, remember, don't do other attitude, don't practice other things that can undermine another person's health. So if people in the north is living well, they should understand that they should not carry activities that could undermine the health of those living in the south. So I'm going to tell people, no matter who you are, wherever you find yourself, live a healthy life in eating, in keeping your surroundings clean, in practicing or having attitudes or production of things that can, make sure you don't deteriorate the environment. Go for greener and cleaner environments wherever you find yourself. Always have another person at the back of your mind while you do what you do. You want to go into production, cut your emissions. You want to go into you're doing things or that produces waste, don't discard them indiscriminately. Don't pollute our environment, don't pollute our waters, don't pollute our sewage, don't drop things wherever or however you see it. Always have the next person at the back of your mind. And if you will need to live this life, make sure you live healthy, because that is the only way you are going to enjoy it. And then make sure others enjoy it. So it's not about the riches, it's not about the power, it's not about being white or black, it's not about whoever. We are all in one planet. And therefore, while you live healthy, always have the health of another person at the back of your mind. And try to make things that will sustain them for us here and for the next generation coming behind us.
Such a powerful message. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eberechi, for joining us on the podcast today. It's been absolutely fantastic speaking to you. I hope we bump into each other again. Good luck with everything. And thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I am so grateful for you giving me this platform to be able to chat with you and to say my opinion. I am so grateful. And I hope to do this other time. I want my voice to be heard. I want to hear other people's as well. And then encourage wherever I can while I live here until my time is up.